Hi guys, how you doing? So today's pick a card reading is love, what you don't know about them. The reality is a lot of you will say when you see it, yeah Kat, I already knew that. So yeah, and so I don't know why I've called it that, but that's what they're telling me, so fine, that's okay. We've got 4 choices today. I've got, I can't even remember, Rider-Waite and John Holland Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. Yeah, so this is kind of like what's hidden. Yeah, so it'll become obvious once we get going. It is a love base, obviously, but if you've chosen it with something else in mind, that's fine. Just obviously just substitute the love for something else, and you know, it's pretty easy to interpret any kind of reading any sort of way, and sometimes it's fun to pick a love reading for something that's not love, because you can sometimes get a bit of a different flavour. So just something to think about there. Anyway guys, let's get on with today's reading. Oh, sorry Buddha, I just knocked you. Right, okay. Hi number ones, how are you doing? Why do I always do that? Well, I don't always do it, but why do I so often do that? We've got spiritual strength, the Lovers, harmony, the Page of Swords, and the 4 of Coins. So, what you don't know about them. They love you. That's probably a good place to start. They love you properly, or they see you. It's a mature love. It's a really strong connection. It's a sense of love. It's a sense of potential for love if you are not in that place. They really see potential with you. They really feel that connection. So if you are unsure, then they really do feel it. Really, they do. And it's interesting because this is a real mature love, but yet they are coming through as the Page of Swords. And that could be if you have chosen this and you're not together, or you're in a kind of, you know, some sort of impasse in the situation. That could be why, because they have more learning to do, that the relationship is moving towards something actually quite mature, and they're just not ready for it yet because they're the Page of Swords and they're full of thoughts. This is the other thing, that they are so full of ideas and thoughts. You know, they're really enthusiastic about you, but they're probably a bit scattered because they are young or youthful in their thoughts, youthful in their energy, and they're kind of a bit all over the place because they've got so many things they want to accomplish, so many things they want to do, so many thoughts about how to achieve anything and everything in their lives. So it's kind of like overwhelming or full on. And if they're overwhelming you in any way, then you need to know this about them, that they're just kind of so full of thoughts. It's not, if they kind of seem distracted by other things in their life, it's not a reflection of how they feel about you. It's just the stage that they're at, where they're just, minds are just full, absolutely full of stuff and thoughts and ideas and all of that. But they are very enthusiastic about you. You maybe don't know that because it might be getting lost in all the other things they're thinking about. We've then got the 4 of Coins. What you maybe don't realise is that they're a little bit more afraid than you might realise, because this person could very easily look like they're on pretty firm ground, because, you know, the 4s are about stability, and the reality with the 4 of Coins is that the person is in a stable position. They just kind of don't feel that way. So your person probably feels a lot more insecure than you realise, okay? Interestingly, when I said about the 4s, then I saw it was 4 minutes on the timer, which is funny. Yeah, so they're definitely more insecure than you realise. They're more interested than you realise, and they do really, there really is on a higher level a sense that this could be a long-term relationship. They're on some sort of spiritual journey as well, which is something you maybe don't realise. Probably they don't realise because they're very identified with reality and inverted commas, thoughts, the practical, physical, tangible world. They're kind of all wrapped up in that. But they are on a spiritual journey, and that's really good if you are wanting to move into a relationship with them, because it's only the spiritual journey that will really bring them to a point where they're ready for this sort of divine love. So they're 4 things basically, aren't there? 4 things that you maybe didn't know about them. Or maybe you did, according to the guides. So much love to you, number 1s. I will see you on a private reading or on tomorrow's reading. See you then. Hi, number 2s. How are you doing? So, love, what you don't know about them. Or maybe you do. We will find out. Okay, this is so beautiful. Look at these cards. Queen of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Ace of Swords, Triumphant Success, 2 of Cups, Spiritual Union. So what you don't know about them, I feel this is how they see you. They see you as the Queen of Pentacles. They see you as abundant and committed. They see you as honourable, loyal, beautiful, grounded. They see you as someone that they could, I feel almost like, I know a lot of you are women that watch this. I know it's not all, so apologies males, just indulge me for a moment and talk to the ladies. You are wife material, my darling. That's how they feel. They may not act that way. Again, it has a bit of a similar flavour, and this could be just due to the people that are watching, to the previous reading, in that it feels like, the previous group, number 1, because they see you as quite mature and they are coming through as a page. The previous group was the Page of Swords, you are the Page of Cups. Sorry, your person is the Page of Cups. So they are maybe a little immature, they're not very experienced, or if they are an older person, they're a bit naive or immature or childish or Peter Pan-y or whatever. Yeah, they're a little bit youthful in their attitude, which is no bad thing, but it is the case that perhaps, you know, perhaps this is having an effect on the situation. I think this is maybe something you need to realise, that I think some of you have chosen number 2, your partner is older, so you kind of have an expectation that they would be feeling really confident and feeling really balanced and know what to do, and that's the message for some of you. They're the Page of Cups, you know, they're only just finding their way. The Page of Cups though does say that they are sort of starting to look for something more permanent, more stable. I feel intuitively, you know, they're moving towards that now. There's an opportunity to kind of get a bit deeper, get a bit more emotional about the situation, and they do see you as kind of long-term committed potential, and they also see themselves as being a little bit immature, and they know that they need to sort themselves out. What you don't know about them is if they are already with somebody, or that they are still hung up on somebody else, that this is going to be dealt with, because the Ace of Swords can be about like cutting ties with an old relationship or with the past. I also feel like there's possibly something about the situation that you don't know. It's not bad, but the truth is going to come out. So if you are in any sort of clandestine affair, you know, if you may be in a secret relationship or something, the truth's going to come out soon. So yeah, I'm getting a lot of different messages actually for this Ace of Swords, which is really cool. Yeah, so I do think the truth will come out. There's some sort of reality, there's some sort of sense of the nonsense being cut away. So what you don't know is that this is coming. This Ace of Swords is coming. So that's not actually what you don't know about them, but it's what you don't know about the situation involving them, which is fine. The 2 of Cups says that, you know, what you maybe don't realise is that this is a mutual situation, that they do feel this connection to you on a higher level. If it's not filtered through to their personality yet, then that's because they are still this Page of Cups, but they are moving forwards. There is some truth and reality coming forward. So what you don't know about them is they do share your feelings for them, but that it's still kind of early days for them. But I do think that you're going to have some sort of breakthrough, some sort of realization. It could be coming from them as well, because it is about what you don't know about them. So this kind of revelation could be them moving forward, you know, but they do see you as wife material. Or if you're a man inquiring about a woman, is that right? Yeah. They see you as long-term partner material. I got myself so confused then, you know what I mean. So yeah, there's some interesting messages there, I feel, number 2. So I hope that's given you some clarity about what you don't know about them. Hopefully you've gleaned some information here, but like I said at the beginning, I think a lot of you, this is just confirming, but that's fine as well. Thank you so much, number 2s. I'll see you tomorrow or on a private reading in the meantime. Hi, number 3s, how are you doing? So, love, what you don't know about them. 2 of Swords, 3 of Swords, painful, painful, painful. Justice, the Hanged Man, okay. I feel like, really, with this Justice card and all this, I think you probably do know some of this. So it could just be a way of phrasing the title. I'm going to leave it as I said, but the guides are kind of showing this as more, it's confirming things for you. It's more not so much what you don't know about them, but confirming your suspicions about them. Let's put it that way. There's they feel very stuck. They feel uncomfortable in their situation. So I've got a feeling a lot of you have chosen number 3. You're not together, they're with somebody else. They may be going through a divorce. They may be going through a difficult separation. For a lot of you, that's going to be the case. Not all of you, but quite a few of you. Or they are in a very difficult, painful situation. So that's the first thing that you don't know. Because some of you will be thinking that your partner is okay. Or you might think that they don't have somebody else. And there are 1 or 2 of you who think that your person is single, but they're actually, you know, only separated. They're not divorced or whatever, and they're going through something quite difficult. Not all of you, but some of you. The Hanged Man said that they are uncomfortable. It's not the end of the world, and actually the situation they're in, you don't need to worry about them. Some of you, you know that your person's really in a difficult position and you're worried about them. And what you don't know is that this position is, whilst uncomfortable, is going to bring them a revelation, a realization, an aha. So actually they're in, even though it's painful, it's giving them, it's almost like cathartic for them. It's catharsis. They will get there. What you don't know about them is that the right thing's happening in this situation. It might not feel like it at the minute, but the right thing is happening. As positive karma is at play here. If they are going through a divorce or some sort of legal situation, things will go their way, very likely. What you may also not know about them is that they feel just totally devastated at the minute, or they're having a really difficult time. Now, some of you are saying, well, you know, my person's not going through a divorce, you know, they're just being difficult or whatever. If that's the case, they're caught up in some sort of karmic issue. And by karma, it's just that like over-attachment to thinking, over-attachment to their thoughts. They're not waking up. They're not awakening to their true self. And that's why they're all bound up. But their bind is, the suffering is going to ultimately free them. Because when they've suffered enough, they will have a breakthrough. Yeah, but what you maybe don't know about them is that they are breaking their heart a little bit about the situation and about the situation with you. If you have been having difficulty or you are in separation, there is pain here. And they do feel torn. What you don't know or what you suspect but you're not certain about, they do feel torn over the situation. They do feel pulled in 2 directions. This 2 of Swords in the John Holland is more painful, I feel, than the Rider-Waite version. It really is a sense of being pulled in 2 directions. You know, I feel with the Rider-Waite, it's more like, well, she could just get up, put her swords down, take her blindfold off and walk away. Whereas this, look, this person is clearly like really in an angst sort of situation. There's almost a bit more of a relaxed vibe about the 2 of Swords in the Rider-Waite, but in the John Holland, not. It really is very much like the 3 of Swords. There's a tremendous sense of conflict and pain inside. This person's really going through it. You maybe don't realise that, because it could just be in their mind. It could just be in their mind. This could be someone who's depressed or anxious either, and you don't realise it. So be aware of that. Thank you so much, number 3s. I will speak to you tomorrow or on a private reading, and in the meantime, hi, number 4s. How are you doing? I hope you're really well. So, love, what you don't know about them. Okay. They are very much in their ego. I think you already know that, but if you didn't know that, then that's something for you to know. They could be in a difficult relationship. They could be in a dysfunctional relationship. This card does feel like it is a card of being trapped. It is a card of dysfunctional, egoic nonsense going on, difficulty, pain, suffering, addiction, all things that are born out of fear, clinging, codependency. It can be things like addictions like drinking, drugs, sex, all sorts of things. It can also be a sense of being trapped in a situation you don't want, an old relationship. It's all things that are born out of fear. Okay, so what you don't know about them is they may seem okay where they are. They may seem happy where they are, but they are not feeling happy. It feels fearful. It feels uncomfortable for them. It's not a good situation. They're saying, I missed a group out. Some people who have chosen number 4, your person is not in a difficult relationship. They're not addicted, but they are overly materialistic. They are Newtonian materialistic, i.e. they're not spiritual at all. They think that life is like almost like that 80s yuppie attitude. What matters is getting as much money as I can, buying as big a house as I can, getting the best car that I can, achieving in a superficial materialistic way. And actually, this attitude is making them hurt. It's painful for them, but they don't understand why, and they can't see a way out. Okay, so if your person seems totally superficial and they're driving you mad, the good news is that it's actually hurting. They don't like the way it feels. It's not feeling good to them, so they are waking up. Okay, the good news is balance is coming, the temperance. There is a sense that they will start coming into balance. They will start finding some calmness and some tranquility. So what you didn't know is that they are aware of that like superficial aspect of themselves, or that fear. If it's not that, you know, they are aware of it. And or if you already know they're aware of it, the good news is balance is coming for them. A sense of tranquility is coming for them. A sense of spaciousness is coming for them. So that's really, really beautiful and good. It's going to manifest in different ways for different people. What you didn't know about them is that they do want to make a new start with you. Ace of Pentacles, but it's blocked. They just can't move there at the minute because of this situation. They can't, that's why they can't move towards it. They do want it, but they can't commit. They can't make that commitment at the minute because the reality is that they're bound up in something else, whether it's their own, something in their own mind, or actually some real physical situation. But they're bound up at the moment and they can't free themselves at this time. But what you don't know about them is that there is real possibility for you guys. The waiting game, sorry, it's not in focus. The waiting game does say that whilst it is difficult, whilst there is a period of time apart, there is a period of time or a time where things just don't seem to be quite working out. The Two of Wands is about partnerships, and it is about ultimately getting the partnership. It's just a case of it being a waiting game. So, you know, what you maybe didn't realise is that there seems all this drama and all this attachment, and this person seems either totally bound up to the nines, or totally self-involved, or completely focused on like egotistical nonsense, and you think, well, there's no way this is going to happen. Well, maybe there is, because balance is coming, They do say that for a lot of you, this relationship will happen. You're gonna have to wait a little bit, but it will happen. They do actually want this new start. But you're right, they can't offer it at the minute. A lot of you guys, if you're already in a relationship with this person, it's not that they're not going to be with you, they're going to stop being with you. It's that they're not able to kind of move to that next level, or they're not able to kind of feel completely present in the relationship at the minute. And it's because they're bound up in this sort of slight lack of direction, or this egotistical direction that's not really that helpful or healthy. But they are going to be moving forward soon and moving into balance, which is fantastic. Guys, so much love to you, and I will see you either on a private reading or on tomorrow's reading. See you soon.